In the shimmering heart of Dubai, where skyscrapers pierce the clouds and golden gates guard silent secrets, there lived a man whose wealth knew no boundaries. Khalid al-Rashid, a billionaire tycoon with powers so vast, his name alone could silence a room. Servants obeyed without question, and nothing in his mansion moved without his permission. Among those who lived in his palace was a woman named Mama Rose, a black maid from Africa who had served the al-Rashid household for nearly a decade. Quiet, faithful, and invisible, as most maids were expected to be. Mama Rose had a daughter, Nia, a young woman in her early 20s who had just returned from Kenya to visit her mother. She was breathtaking, not just in her face but in her grace. But years of poverty wrapped her in cheap fabric and dusty shoes. Her true beauty remained veiled, until the wrong moment made it impossible to ignore. The desert wind whispered down the road. Nia clutched a grocery bag as she walked, the sun baking her shoulders. Suddenly, a black Maserati roared around the corner. Screech! The car clipped her side, throwing her to the ground. "Watch where you're walking," a sharp voice growled. That voice belonged to Zayn al-Rashid, the only son of the tycoon. Educated in London, raised among royalty, arrogant, entitled, dangerous. Nia struggled to her feet, trembling. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see." Zayn's eyes raked over her. "Next time, try looking less like trash and more like someone who belongs in this city," he spat before speeding off. Later that day, Zayn strolled into the kitchen for a glass of water. His eyes froze. There she was, the same girl from the road, washing dishes in his mansion. It wasn't just coincidence. It was fate, dark, twisted, and laced with secrets no one dared speak aloud. Nia lowered her head, trying to remain invisible. Zayn smirked, remembering his words from earlier. "You again," he said coldly. "Didn't I tell you to stay off the road? Or do you like being stepped on?" She said nothing, and from that moment, he made her his target. He ordered her to polish the same marble floors twice. He sent her back out into the sun for groceries she didn't need to buy. He poured wine on the table and forced her to clean it while he watched. The maids whispered, but no one dared interfere. But behind Zayn's cruelty was something else. Something stirring. Obsession. Desire. He found himself watching her when she bent to mop the floor, when she laughed quietly with the other maids, when she brushed a curl behind her ear. Zayn couldn't understand it, and that made him crueler. One night he cornered her by the garden fountain. "I know who you are now," he murmured. Nia looked away. "I'm no one." "You're mine to deal with," he whispered, brushing a thumb across her cheek. Uninvited. She jerked away. "You'll regret that," he warned. But she didn't answer. What began as bullying turned into something more twisted. Zayn didn't understand how to love, so he controlled. He touched. He made demands. Nia resisted, silently, desperately. But the mansion had ears, and secrets never stayed hidden. Days passed. Zayn grew colder, harsher, yet he was always watching. His comments turned from rude to possessive. His orders became more personal. His eyes lingered too long. One quiet evening, after a long day, Mama Rose pulled her daughter into a small corner of the servants' kitchen. Her hands were wrinkled, worn by work, but her voice carried sharp warning. "Nia," she whispered, glancing around nervously. "That boy, Zayn, stay away from him." Nia looked confused. "I didn't do anything, Mama." "You don't need to. All he needs is a glance." A reason her voice cracked. "I've worked here for almost 10 years. I've cleaned their floors, raised their children, and swallowed every insult. I can't lose this job, Nia. I can't." She gripped her daughter's arm tighter now. "If anyone sees you even near him, they'll blame you. Not him. You'll be shamed, and I'll be gone." Nia nodded, swallowing her frustration. "I know, Mama. I swear. I'll stay out of his way." Mama Rose didn't look convinced. "These people don't see us as humans, just servants. If he touches you, they'll say you tempted him. Do you understand?" Nia did. But fate, cruel, silent fate, had already written the first chapter. That same night, Zayn watched from the shadows as Nia carried a basket of laundry to the back room. He was intrigued, possessed. He didn't care about the rules his mother created. He didn't care who she was. He wanted her, not with love, but with power. And the more Nia tried to disappear, the more Zayn made sure she was seen. The garden, the hallway, the back of the grand staircase. He found her, spoke to her, cornered her. And each time, Nia remembered her mother's warning like a prayer. But even prayers fade in the face of temptation and danger. But danger wasn't just coming, it was already breathing down their necks. And one day soon, Lady Yasmin al-Rashid would discover everything and unleash a storm that